Okay. During the pandemic, we began this Zoom-based session of meditation, and we have brought upon various different perspectives. As you know, in the teaching of Buddhism, there is over 10,000 ways. There are 10,000, more than 10,000 sutras. But all these perspectives, though different, but all point to one point, which is how to liberate from suffering and reach enlightenment, or be as clear-headed as Buddha. So, yet, if we're not careful, the listener to these, various perspectives may easily be confused as to what the fundamental teaching is. Where we're from, where we're going, who are we, these basic questions. So I thought maybe it's time for us to revisit the fundamental teachings of chant, which is a lineage from Shakyamuni Buddha, an authentic lineage for 86 generations. Yes, we are a Buddhist lineage, but yet we don't worship Buddha. We respect him, we listen to him, but we don't worship him or try to gain anything, pray to bless me and help me, and all this external seeking is not what we do. Because Buddha never intended to be worshipped. His goal is to teach everybody to reach Buddhahood, just like him. He is a great teacher, one of the best teachers. And so we listen to him and seek his advice on how we can be like him. He said, we're all equal. As long as you can detach from ego and dharma, you can be like me. That's said very clearly. So, you see the difference? Buddhism, the true Buddhism, is a practice for oneself to reach enlightenment. It is not a religion, praying, worshiping, begging, chanting, and seeking relief from Buddha. If we don't detach from our ego, if we don't detach from our dharma, no matter what we seek, it's not going to happen. So, what can we do to become like Buddha, as wise as Buddha? We must first understand the Buddha's teaching basically have three different periods. The first period, he's seeking liberation for himself. So all his teaching is about liberate oneself. Then he discovered just liberate himself is not good enough, while people around him, his friends, his loved ones, are suffering. So he wanted to liberate people around him. And that's what we call the great vehicle period. And then the first period is called the small vehicle, because a small vehicle can carry only oneself. But the great vehicle can carry more people from suffering to liberation, or from hell to heaven. I mean, it's just a matter of words. And the third period is the supreme vehicle, where he wanted to liberate everyone, no matter you know, you don't know, everyone in the universe. So the his greatest teaching is toward the end of his 40-some years is the Dhamma Sutra. But that's 5,000 words. And I personally prefer a shorter version, which is everybody knows the Heart Sutra. So instead of we dig into Heart Sutra word by word, I thought maybe just explain the fundamental idea of Heart Sutra and help us to practice and liberate ourselves from suffering. The first idea is to reach freedom, reach peace, reach loving kindness. Then we talk about, that's the small vehicle. Then we can talk about great vehicle, how to help people around us. In the Heart Sutra, it begins very clearly saying, in the deep meditative state, we can surpass our 5 senses, our eyes, our seeing eyes, our hearing ears, our smelling nose, our taste, and our touch, and our feel. Why do we need to surpass that? It's because everything our 5 senses sensed are the result of a phenomenon. In other words, we saw something happen, that's already formed. We smell something, that's already formed. That's a product of many, many causes. Like you smell a flower, how did that flower bloom? Who planted that flower? Where did the flower get the nutrients? All those are causes for the flower to bloom, for it to smell. And when we hear a sound, that's already generated by something and some events. And those sounds are caused by a thunder, by a wind blow, there's always causes. So all our senses are seeing the result, and then yet all these results are impermanent. None of them last forever. They are all temporary. They surface and they sink and they disappear. So the first Heart Sutra basically teaches us, do not be influenced by our 5 senses. That's why we meditate. We close our eyes, curl our tongue, and try to focus inward instead of listening or smelling, instead of feeling, So this helps us to separate our heart from the influence of our 5 senses. That's how Heart Sutra started, and that's how meditation is for us to detach from our senses. And then once we did that, once we detach from our senses, then our heart will come forward and our mind won't be active as much. Once the mind is no longer active and completely quiet, then we no longer make judgment of the phenomenon through our senses. The idea is to stop our judgmental mind, because that's what ego is all about. And then once we stop, terminate, get rid of course it's hard, but our ego, then we'll be able to let our heart be connected with the universe. Then what is that connection all about? My teacher, our Sifu, which is the 85th patriarch of Chan Buddhism, he said, Chan is the power of manifestation, the power of life force, the power of wisdom. In other words, it's the intelligence, power, the energy that sustained everything, that influenced everything, in a way carries everything. And you probably heard the word Almighty God. So what is the Almighty God? It is a powerful energy that affects everything in the universe. So once our heart be able to tap into this, in sync with this power, then we can step into the great vehicle, and we have the power to help people around us. Unless we have that power around us, no matter what we say in words, you know how effective those are? Those are not very much, because everyone have their logic and their experience and their judgmental mind. And penetrating anybody's judgmental mind is very difficult. The only thing we can do is to enhance our power of life force, power of manifestation, power of wisdom, so that we can use this power to change, to influence, to liberate people around us. And that's the second stage. And once you reach that, constantly, you are liberated. You have reached enlightenment, because you'll be in sync with the wisdom of the universe. The wisdom, the life force, the manifestation. It's very simple. You know, it's very simple to describe. Of course, it's difficult to do that, because we were brought up by using our mind to live, use our mind to judge, make our mind to survive. You know, it's hard to surpass our mind, you know, and let our heart in charge. And it takes guts. I mean, it's not easy to do. So basically, that is what this teaching is about. It's about how to surpass our five senses, how to surpass our mind, and let our heart singing through. And we do have many different techniques, because chant is strongly influenced by the Taoist practice. So many of our meditation practices is strongly influenced by the Taoist school. In other words, the qi, the chakras, the acupressure points. Again, those are energies. Those are the same as the life force, as the power of manifestation. It is that. We need to cultivate that in the meditation that we share with you. And once we beginning to feel the qi and the power, slowly you will recognize what the benefit of this meditation is all about. I don't know whether I explain it clearly enough or too fast. It's not, but this is what I thought maybe the most fundamental and simplest way to share, you know, the foundation, the fundamental concept, the theory, the teaching of 2,500 years. You know, there's nothing fancy about it. It's just practice. My Sifu often said, don't just listen to my words, feel the energy that I'm transmitting while I'm teaching. In other words, we call it the Dhamma Power. Well, again, that's just a term. And if you let go of your judgmental mind and just sit quietly, you can actually feel the qi running in your body. You can feel the qi running in other people's body as well if you practice enough. And then you know that's the power that's running the world. And if once you tap into that, it'll be very, I don't want to say very easy, it'll be very effective for you to help the world with compassion. Again, turn the world into peace, you know. And so you'll always be joyful, you know. Anyway, I hope this brief introduction explains the basics, the fundamental ideas of our teaching. And I often try not to use the word teaching because I don't feel I am qualified to teach. So usually I would say sharing, but since this is from Buddha, so I thought maybe I should use the word teaching. Oh boy. Anyway, so today we're going to practice the basic meditation technique. We have many more difficult meditation technique, but the most basic one we start with is belly breathing. In other words, we inhale through the nose, into our throat, into our lung, and into our belly. Okay? And once we fully inhaled, we pause for a few seconds for the oxygen and carbon dioxide to change. And then we exhale at the same slow speed. That's it. I mean, the idea, however, is not just simply belly breathing. The idea is doing the belly breathing, you need to relax. Relax meaning no anxiety, no expectation, you know. Don't pray to Buddha, I am belly breathing. Please help me out. Buddha only teaches you how to be Buddha yourself. And if we don't take care of ourselves, it'll be difficult for Buddha to help. Okay. So the idea is to relax. Relax meaning no thoughts, no expectation, no anger, no sadness, no disappointment, no nothing. Just relax. Relax into the moment and focus on the belly breathing. The second key is focus. We want you to focus on the path of our breathing. In other words, we got to feel the qi into our nose, into our throat, into our lung, into our belly. We have to focus on that path of breathing because that's the only way to redirect our monkey mind into our inner body. And then this way we'll have less random thoughts. We have better focus. So relax and focus during belly breathing. And then the last one is try to enjoy the belly breathing. In other words, you're going to feel the energizing effect of the inhale because oxygen comes into your body. And then you're going to feel the relaxing effect of the exhale because the exhale get all your carbon dioxide out. So try to enjoy the simple, you know, if you have worries, anxiety, expectation, whatever you have, you won't be able to enjoy, you know. So relax, focus, and enjoy is 3 in 1. In other words, if you don't focus, you can't feel the inhale and exhale. Okay, and if you try too hard, you won't enjoy either. You have to relax, focus, and enjoy. And so these are the 3 keys during belly breathing. So I will try to guide you some of the details as we get into the practice today. But these are the fundamental ideas of the belly breathing practice. And then we have a very old poem in Chinese that I will not translate it into English, but we need to, basically says, the instruction is to sit up straight, empty your mind, okay, and just relax, okay, and focus, okay, and then do SSDL. In other words, the belly breathing needs to be silent, still, silent, deep, and long. In other words, inhale slowly, tiny bit at a time, okay, continuously, and just inhale tiny bit at a time continuously until you're full into your tummy, and then exhale at the same slow speed. The slower, the tinier, the silent, the better. Okay? Okay. Now let's practice. Close our eyes, sit up straight, empty our mind, relax. Inhale through the nose, tiny bit of amount at a time continuously. Focus on the path of breathing, focus on the nose, into the throat, into the lung, into the tummy. And then pause for a few seconds, and then exhale at the same slow speed. Can you feel the energizing effect of the inhale and the relaxing effect of the exhale? Also, you should feel a little bit coolness on your skin, on your arms, as you inhale. And the skin will be a little bit warmer as you exhale. Why is that? Because our skin are breathing too. Once you feel the energizing and the relaxing cycle, try to enjoy that. It's very soothing, very peaceful. You may also find pulsation in your body, like a heartbeat somewhere. You might find coolness coming into your body from outside, either through the head. You may find tingling sensations on your face, on your palms, some vibration. All these sensations are just sensations, and it's It's no more physical sensations. It's got nothing to do with your spirituality. So once you truly enjoy, you'll be in a state of enjoyment. Then you won't even notice your breathing. You enter into a state of peace and quiet and joy. As always, I do not call an end to the session. You just meditate and do belly breathing for as long as you can.